It don't matter the color of the skin, either woman or man. Just let the case land. It's here, it's in safe hands. This is God work, not a fake plan. Too many kids being found in these lakes, man. This is MTGV, and you with Miss V.
Welcome in, everybody. Please smack that thumbs up
This is the place that you want
and subscribe to the channel.
We the league, you better believe. Just
Shout out to everybody on the replay.
For those that's taking these souls.
And shout out to everybody in the building.
But it's getting so out of control. Just so you know we don't go. For those that's taking these souls, we know. But it's getting so out of control. Thank you for tuning in to MTGV.
AKA the Klansmen, the evil in America, got another victory.
Y'all know what it is, man.
They got that top charge.
Miss V.
America shall continue
Make sure you subscribe.
to America.
And make sure you leave a
It shall
comment too.
continue to pay second-class status on black people. And black people don't get your hopes up. I'm going to spare you the shock. Even if convicted of the top charge, he wasn't getting more than 4 years. We don't get justice in these buildings. They might throw us a crumb here and there, but we don't get justice in these buildings. And I dare you to show me a study or some case law to prove that, to disprove that.
Shavonna Newsom, CHIVONA, NEWSOME. I'm the co-founder of Black Lives Matter Greater New York. I stand here heartbroken because I have to hug a father who knows that the murderer of his son will most likely go free, who has to look in the face of a jury that no matter the facts, no matter the expert witnesses, no matter the people yelling on that train that day to let Jordan go, you will kill him. They will not find a white man guilty of killing a black man in modern day America. This is no different than Jim Crow. This looks like a picture out of the picture book when you look at that anonymous jury. We have baby boomers who are there doing Jim Crow on this jury. We have young people who are looking at Daniel Penny as a hero. And what America is a hero, a killer. He didn't give a crap about Jordan. The medical examiner said Jordan turned purple. Yes, black people can turn purple when they're denied oxygen. Every lab report showed he died of asphyxiation. And that doesn't matter because they want to spare a white man the penalty of his crimes. America has not changed, and I hate to say it, it may never change. And people who keep asking, are we going to riot? Are we going to protest? Is that what's needed? Do glass have to break? Do cars have to burn for a black man to get justice in America? We can't show up with peace. We can't show up with facts. We can't show up with evidence and witness after witness. You give us nothing. And then you ask us to love this country. America hates black people, and we see it from that jury pool.
Man.
A black man was lynched, and his name was Jordan Neely.
Wow. Listen, I did not follow this case, y'all, but when I seen this, I wanted to know what was going on because it's in the news. And I remember after doing the research today, I remember seeing this name when it came up. And so what do y'all think about what she said? I mean, we've seen it over here with the cases that I've been covering. And welcome in to Emmanuel Briggs. Thank y'all for being here. Shout out to Mouthpiece. I see he was in the building. And welcome in to all the Bushwatchers. Please smack that thumbs up. So, okay, so I ran across also an interrogation video with Daniel Penny. And I want to know his side of the story because from what I'm seeing, he should have definitely let that man go. I mean, he had him already. Everybody was safe and off the train. There was no reason for him to still be holding him. You know, and then I seen some articles from like 2023 where they said that he had some type of fund that was over $1 million of people supporting this guy. You agree with everything she said? Okay. Shout out to Chinetta. Welcome in. Glad you're covering this because I've never heard of it either. Wow. Okay, so we definitely about to get into it. I'm gonna start with, let me see. I think the next one is him in interrogation. But let me go down. Let's go to this one.
Well, I live in the East Village in Manhattan, so I take the subway multiple times a day. In this instance, I was coming from school. I got out of class around 2:15, and I took I was at J Street Metro Tech, took the Uptown F train. At 2nd Avenue, a man came on, stumbled on. He appeared to be on drugs. The doors closed, and he ripped his jacket off and threw it at the people sitting down to my left. I was listening to music at the time, and he was yelling, so I took my headphones out to hear what he was yelling. And the three main threats that he repeated over and over was, "I'm going to kill you. I'm prepared to go to jail for life, and I'm willing to die." You know, this was a scary situation, and Mr. Neely came on. He was threatening. I'm 6'2", and he was taller than me, so it was. And there's a common misconception that Marines don't get scared. We're actually taught one of our core values is courage, and courage is not the absence of fear, but how you handle fear. And you know, I was scared for myself, but I looked around. I saw women and children. He was yelling in their faces, saying these threats. I couldn't just sit still. Some people say that I was holding on to Mr. Neely for 15 minutes. This is not true. I mean, between stops is only a couple minutes. So the whole interaction lasted less than 5 minutes. Some people say I was trying to choke him to death, which is also not true. I was trying to restrain him. You can see in the video, there's a clear rise and fall of his chest, indicating that he's breathing. I'm trying to restrain him from him being able to carry out the threats. And then some people say that this is about race, which is absolutely ridiculous. I didn't see a black man threatening passengers. I saw a man threatening passengers, a lot of whom were people of color. A man who helped restrain Mr. Neely was a person of color. And a few days after the incident, I read in the papers that a woman of color came out and called me a hero. I don't believe that I'm a hero, but she was one of those people that I was trying to protect. We were all scared. Mr. Neely was yelling in these passengers' faces, and they looked terrified. The reason why there was no video at the start of the altercation was because people were too afraid getting away from him, and the videos didn't start until they saw that situation was under control. I knew I had to act, and I acted in a way that would protect the other passengers, protect myself, and protect Mr. Neely. I used this hole to restrain him, and I did this by leaving my hand on top of his head to control his body. You can see in the video there's a clear rise and fall of his chest, indicating that he was still breathing. And I'm calibrating my grip based on the force that he's exerting. And I was trying to keep him on the ground until the police came. I was praying that the police would come and take this situation over. I didn't want to be put in that situation, but I couldn't just sit still and let him carry out these threats.
So I definitely get all of that, right? Helping people out because you thought people's life was in danger.
They wrapped up the first week in the trial of Daniel Penny, the man accused of choking to death a mentally.
But when you continue to hold the man after he's no longer a threat, that's the problem. And so obviously I cannot play the video, but I mean, you might see a glimpse of it because I'm gonna play a news video. But this man, all of these men was around him. I see one to the back. And one thing that I thought about was George Floyd when I seen this, and that's another reason why I didn't watch it. It took me a long time to watch that too. But I thought about George Floyd and all of those cops that was around him, and these guys had his hands, arms, and they was helping restrain him, and then this Penny guy had his leg wrapped around him too, and so right here you could see where it's circled at his foot is right there, so he's leaning, holding on to his side, like he's trying to roll him over a little bit to get his leg from out of there. And then I hear also that this guy's martial arts instructor took the stand too. So it's looking like this wasn't televised, but the news got some clips that they've been talking about. But they said that he was holding him for 6 minutes like that. The guy could not breathe. At what point do you see, okay, he's not a threat right there? And then all of these people around him, he could have let him go. That was unnecessary. And then they said, the judge dismissed the manslaughter charge, and everybody is outraged about that. So I ran across the interrogation video too, but let's listen at a little bit of this.
Ill homeless man named Jordan Neely on a New York City subway last May. The prosecution called 24 witnesses to try to make its case against Penny.
So this was last May, and then you could see what they planned. So this is a trigger warning, and this is for news reporting documentary purposes. This is a crime channel, so it may be triggering, and this is 18 and up. So if you're a child, you shouldn't be here anyway. But this is just for documentary purposes, awareness, and news reporting. Fair use also. Thank y'all for being here. Please smack the thumbs up.
But many seem to only bolster his defense, that he was trying to protect himself and his fellow passengers from a potentially violent man. One witness testified, quote, "There was a moment where I thought I was truly going to die." Neely said, "I don't care if I die. I don't care if you die. Lock me up for life." Very, very aggressive threats. And today, a lifelong New Yorker added this on the stand and said, quote, "I've taken the subway for more than 30 years. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of unstable people. This felt different to me." The defense crossed by asking, "Next level?" And the witness replied, "Yes, I felt concerned." That witness said Jordan Neely was shouting, "I want to hurt people. I want to go to Rikers," before Penny restrained him. Another witness told the jury Penny said, "I don't give a damn. I'll kill a mother effer. I'm ready to die." So was the prosecution's case severely weakened by these witnesses, their own witnesses? Let's ask trial attorneys. I'm Misty.
The other thing, did he have a weapon?
Maris playing the prosecution for us tonight, and Randy Zellin on the defense. It's always nice to see you both. Misty, I want to start with you. 3 different witnesses today. They all said they were more scared than they ever have been on the subway, which again, these were prosecution witnesses, but it seemed more like it helped the defense today, Misty.
Yeah, well, first of all, Brian, great to see you. Great to see you, Randy. But look, you're right in one sense, Brian.
So see the role that the other guys played in it also. And from my understanding, none of them got charged. Welcome in, Bullets Gotti, and shout out to Mouthpiece. I see you made it back. LOL, stop playing. He was a threat. Look, you could have your opinion, but don't get too crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't get too crazy with it. I'm gonna open the doors of the block party because I see you want to go in there already. You ready to party? You're a real expert. So yeah, we're gonna keep on listening. You sound like you might be a real troll. I got my eyes on you.
And these witnesses helped to establish that it was reasonable for Penny to restrain Jordan Neely at the outset. But the prosecution's case is a bit different. The prosecution's case isn't that Penny shouldn't have interjected himself in the very beginning there. The prosecution's case is that at some point it goes beyond self-defense.
Okay, come on now. Come on.
Becomes unreasonable. It becomes reckless when he holds Neely down for 5.
Look at that. And so what I heard him say is that he was still being crazy when he was holding him. Yeah, because look how you're holding him. At some point, so they was just scared to even let him up to restrain him. All of them could have restrained him after letting him on his feet. What weapon did he have? But even when he gets him in a hole good, and then you see that he is lifeless. Come on, even before that. And then when they stood up, it looks like they did nothing. And then I'm hearing that even when the police showed up, he was still breathing, and they didn't give no life-saving measures on him. The man is mentally ill and schizophrenic. This is how we handle that? I guess so.
5 minutes and 53 seconds. So these witnesses,
5 minutes and 53 seconds, 6 minutes.
Don't really speak to that point. They only speak to the initial restraint. Other witnesses that have testified for the prosecution have said that they, at that time, contemporaneously, they said, "You're going to kill him. You have to let go."
Right there, they could have let him go. And people screaming and yelling that they're not afraid anymore. They scared of y'all now.
That is the critical time period that the prosecution is focusing on. They laid that out in their opening statement.
Randy, there's been this reoccurring theme that's come up several times, came up again today, that police could have done more to save Neely. That there was an officer on the stand who said that he didn't do mouth-to-mouth because Neely seemed dirty and may have had diseases. Again, prosecution witness, but I was sitting there wondering, like, again, isn't this good for the defense?
It is, but I think that we've all become way too jaded,
Wow.
and we have lost sight of what the role of a prosecutor really is.
I
And this
mean,
goes back to the
shouldn't they have some type of device that they can use between the mouth and, you know, the other mouth to not have to worry about that kind of stuff? So, but this is where we at, and that's exactly what I just read. It said Jordan Neely was alive when the cops arrived after Daniel Penny did this chokehold. Police refused to perform mouth-to-mouth resuscitation because Neely was dirty. Neely was an apparent drug user and he was very dirty. I didn't want my officers to put his lips on his mouth. They could get hepatitis or AIDS, and yeah. Wow.
1930s. A prosecutor's job is to do justice, not merely to seek a conviction. And it's a shame that we can't all wonder out loud and simply say, okay, this is a case that could not be resolved with a plea bargain. So the case is going to trial and the prosecution is going to play it down the middle without fear or favor. And if this is what these witnesses have to say, and these witnesses establish the defense, then so be it. And I credit the prosecution for simply taking what to me seems to be that position. We're not going to put words in anyone's mouth. We're not going to tailor.
Why didn't the other people get charged? That's odd. But they definitely wouldn't have. If they dismiss his charge, the main one, you know they wasn't gonna get nothing, I guess. But all the cops got charged with George Floyd, and they're no different. I mean, this is disturbing, actually.
Testimony. If what you saw, if what you experienced put you in fear, then if that plays into the defense of justification, if that plays into the defense that Mr. Penny acted reasonably and did not fail to see that what he could do could kill Mr. Neely, or he disregarded it, then you acquit.
That is a very good point, Randy. And I think you're right. A lot of us.
Wow. I'm going to go to some body cam footage. I got some somewhere. Let me. Dang it. Hold on, y'all. I'll let this keep playing for the moment.
Have just become jaded. I want to play the 911 call for you, though, that was played today in court. One of the witnesses who saw what was going on and called police. Take a listen.
Hi, we need an ambulance and cops. I mean, we just need a cop at Broadway, that's Harris Street. Someone's attacking here at the train. This is inside the train station? Yes. He's black. They're holding him down. They're holding him down right now. How many people? There's just two. There's one man holding it, white man holding it down, holding the homeless guy down. Okay. Any weapons? Anybody injured at this time? No, nobody. Okay, they're coming as we speak.
So what did you make of this, Misty? I mean, do you think is your feeling this helped the prosecution?
From the prosecution's perspective, again, they're really focused on this time frame, not from the initial restraint of Neely, but what happens after that. And there's a couple of factors. Number one, Brian, this 911 call where somebody steps in and says, yeah, this man is being held down. Now, the question is, what did they observe outside of that, right? And that's where the cross-examination went. But that coupled with those individuals who testified that they rang the bell, that Neely looked like he was in peril, plus Penny's statement, which was caught on body cam, where he says, I put him out. All of that relates to, and again, I agree with Randy full-heartedly. I really believe prosecutors have a role to dispense justice, not to win. But their argument is really about that 5 minutes 53, not the initial restraint.
Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find.
Daniel? Yeah. I'm Detective McCarthy. I'm Detective Medina. I actually located this is where you're at right now. Cool. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Very good. Very good. I'm doing well.
Yeah.
You served in the Marine Corps?
I did, yes.
Served in the Marine Corps.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Got my little desk before the sun.
There you go. Nice, man.
What you doing? What was your voice?
I was in 0351.
I was 0331.
Oh, cool. You got your weapons with you. Nice, man.
I'm not military, so I don't know what that stuff is.
That's like another language.
3rd Battalion, 6th Marines.
Okay, there you go. 36.
96 to 2000.
Nice.
Well, one thing I noticed immediately with this is that, immediately after it was over, like, he don't seem to be bothered that he took a life. You know what I'm saying? Did he know he was gone at this time? Did he even care? None of them that held him down even tried to give him aid either. Let's say that also. And yeah, he just seemed really comfortable with the situation. But I'm gonna let it keep playing.
2 med floats, did my thing, and then I ended up here. Now I got close to 22 years here now, man.
Good pension coming up.
Yeah, man. I grew up in Queens as well.
Nice.
Nice. So that's good, Daniel. Anyway, listen, Daniel. So we want to talk to you about what happened today.
Sure.
You know, thank you for sticking around.
Yeah.
And being cooperative.
Absolutely.
And Rob serving in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
But anyway, before we speak to you about today, we have to read you your rights.
Sure. Absolutely.
So I'm going to read you your rights. After each question, I'm going to say, do you understand? Say yes or no in a loud, clear voice. You got to say yes or no. You can't just like nod your head. I got to hear it, okay?
Okay.
You have the right to remain silent and refuse to answer questions. Do you understand?
I understand.
Anything you do say may be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand?
I understand.
You have the right to consult an attorney before speaking to the police and to have an attorney present during any questioning now or in the future. Do you understand?
I understand.
If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you without cost. Do you understand?
I understand.
If you do not have
Yeah, mouthpiece, you can get rid of anybody that's disrespectful and just saying stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't have time for that. I look at them as distractions, and I don't need them here.
an attorney available, you have the right to remain silent until you've had an opportunity to consult with one. Do you understand?
I understand.
Now that I've advised you of your rights, are you willing to answer questions?
Yes.
So kind of run with me and Detective Medina, you know, the course of your day, where you're coming from, where you're going, and then what led up to, you know, the incident on the train.
Absolutely. So I have class down in Brooklyn. I take the F down to J Street Metro Tech. My class is at 12. So once the class finished up, I was going straight to the gym. I go to the gym in Lifetime on 23rd Street. So I get off, I take the F straight from school to the gym. Was on there. I forget what stop it was at, but some guy came in. He's like, whipped his jacket off, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill everybody. I can go to prison forever. I don't care. I don't do this." At that point, I looked to the person next to me like, "Hey, just hang on to this phone for me." I had my headphones in, took it off, and just kind of like grabbed him from behind because he came in just to because he was acting like a lunatic, like a crazy person. So, and he was rolling around the floor, and at that point the train stopped. I was like, "Someone call the cops," and he's still like rolling around, still going crazy. I had 2 other guys kind of help me, just kind of keep him from going nuts, and yeah. That's when you guys came.
Okay. Did he seem like he was on something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Intoxicated and high?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that K2 that they're smoking, pushing people in front, like these people are going crazy. So
he seemed off his lid, basically.
A little bit, yeah.
Now explain the interaction you had with him.
So I came up, he had his back turned to me, and I just kind of got him in a hold, got him to the ground. He's still like squirming around and still, going crazy. And I turned to a guy, I'm like, "Hey, call the cops," because the train arrived in Broadway.
Yeah.
And then waited for you guys.
Okay. Dan, you said Danny, right?
Yes, correct.
Do you mind showing me?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, so he's standing behind me, and I kind of came like this.
Okay. Did you apply pressure, Daniel?
No, I just wanted to keep him from getting to people.
Did you put your hooks in?
Wrap my legs.
Did you learn the jujitsu from the Marine Corps?
I did, yes.
You learned how to grapple in the Marine Corps. What belt level you made it to?
Green.
Green belt?
Yeah.
Good. All right.
It was all right. I was a little bit.
Shout out to FBA.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I should have went higher.
Right, mouthpiece.
Yeah, I mean, hindsight's 20/20, right?
So he says,
You're very
you know, if
impressed
I don't
with him
get
being
this,
a
I'm gonna
Marine.
kill everyone. Something
Going
to
to
that.
jail forever.
Yeah.
I'm willing to.
Is it at that point, that's when you get up and decide to put him in the hole?
Some
I
old
mean, it
buddies
looks like a
talking.
sleeper hole to me, like
Right,
something
yeah.
similar to like.
I'm not trying to
But
kill the guy.
Right.
I'm just trying to de-escalate the situation, right?
I mean,
I understand.
what else did he learn in the Marines and martial arts? Did he learn that, there's a certain length of time that you should hold somebody in that position to where before it becomes dangerous and you need to let go? He didn't learn that part, I guess. Like, see, I have no problem with him helping people, right? Getting them neutralized and all that. But I do have a problem with the excessiveness and the outcome. And then look at him. Like, Has he done this before? Do he choke people out for a living? Like, because wouldn't you be a wreck? Wouldn't you think?
Daniel, not a speedball, but would you say what you put him in? Because I do take Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu myself. I've been taking it for many years. Would you say that was considered a rear naked choke?
I don't train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so I'm not.
But in the Marine Corps, is that considered a rear naked choke?
Not. I don't know what you would call that. No, I'm not sure.
Because I noticed that you put it around my neck and then you closed from behind.
I would have had it on the back of his head. I didn't press forward.
You didn't press forward.
I noticed when you were doing it to him too. You went to go put your legs around him.
I did. I held my legs so because if you flop it around and stuff, you can easily get out of that if you don't lock it.
You did that to control him in place.
That's correct.
Explain to me what made you want to get involved. What made you?
Well, I mean, he's threatening people, and like I'm not confrontational. I'm not a confrontational guy. In the Marine Corps, I felt the need to step in. Yeah. There's women and children on the train. I'm sure there's ladies there that will vouch for me, and
he felt like he was threatening other people. He felt like
he was absolutely.
Did you feel like someone's life was in danger?
100%.
Did anybody else hold him down?
Yeah, there was 2 other guys that were helping. As soon as those guys came in and were holding his arms, then I kind of let up.
You let him go.
That's correct.
And when you let him go, what happened? What do you remember?
No, he didn't.
Was he still moving? Was he still saying anything?
Yeah, he was moving a bit.
He didn't let him go. Like once the people got off and they were at the station, he should have let him go. But what did he say? When did he say let him go? Let's see. And let me see. Sophie said, "Welcome in, Sophie. I live in Brooklyn and ride that train everywhere. They need police on the train because that's where all degenerates sleep and cause problems." I don't doubt that it's problems, but this guy, he had mental illness, and I couldn't imagine having to ride the train and deal with all of that type of stuff. But the man deserved to live. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't deserve to lose his life that day, from what I'm seeing. And I know that's not what you're saying, but yeah, they should have all the necessary stuff, police, law enforcement, or whatever they need to man that area, because they already know it goes down.
Guys that were helping, as soon as those guys came in and were.
But I'm still tripping on how calm he is.
Holding his arms, and I kind of let up.
You let him go.
That's correct.
And when you let him go, what happened? What do you remember? Was he still moving? Was he still saying anything?
Yeah, he was moving a bit, and I was worried that he would go again. So I was telling those guys, like, hey, make sure you keep hanging on to him.
No, so the 3 of you holding him down, or just the 2 other gentlemen?
Just the 2 other guys were hanging on to him.
And how long did they hold him down?
Let me see some. Let me pull that back up, because we seeing him trying to get out of the, from holding the guy, right? We see when he get out of it, like every picture that I took, just the kind of the steps that it happened. This him getting up out of it. And then you see them standing around. He is not moving, and they ain't doing a damn thing to save his life. That's what I noticed. And that's what we all see.
They were holding him down by the arms?
Yeah, by the arms.
How long were they holding him down before the cops got there?
Like I said, man, it's like you're exerting energy. And
the adrenaline is going, right? And it's like fight or flight, everything's going,
That's correct.
You lose track of time.
Yep.
I understand. At any given time, did you reapply any kind of holds on him once you let him go, or
no,
that was it?
No. That was it.
And what do you remember from there? Explain to me.
Just the cops came, and that was it. I got him.
Okay. When the cops came, what was he doing?
He was just on the ground.
Was he saying anything? Was he? No.
Like, I'm trying to, all these people are filming and shit, and they're, I don't know.
Okay. Anything else you remember, Daniel, from this interaction? Anything else that was said? Anybody else say anything to you?
I mean, everyone on the train was. I asked a few people, like, hey, stick around when the cops come, just so, and they were like, yeah, well, and the people were thanking me and stuff, because I wasn't like, I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not a confrontational guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not out here like trying to attack people. It's not me, not how I was trained. I just felt the need that.
Yeah, the only thing that was blurred out is what was on the floor, but that's the only thing. Let me pull it up for you again. Maybe you could see it this time, because the guy's face is not blurred out, but what's on Jordan is, because out of respect, like even he's not blurred out there. He's not blurred out there. His foot ain't blurred out. Do you see them blurred out? No, they're not. They're looking down at him and he ain't moving. You see it? Mm-hmm. He didn't deserve to lose his life that day, and he didn't have a weapon, because I ain't heard nothing about a weapon.
That this guy was saying that he's going to kill people, that he was prepared to go to jail for life. I hear that. I'm like.
But he was making enough of a scene that you noticed him, and then you probably would have noticed if he put his hands on someone.
But I didn't.
Okay, all right, that's fine. And then once he starts doing that, that's when you try to subdue him.
Yes, I wasn't trying to like injure him.
Right.
I'm just trying to keep him from hurting anybody else. He's threatening people. That's what we learned in the Marine Corps. That's what you guys learned.
No, he wasn't trying to injure him, but he damn sure was trying to choke him.
Yeah, and as police officers, it's the same thing. If you're off duty, you're gonna intervene in a situation where it's.
What in the world? Shout out to the free press.
Well, I live in the East Village in Manhattan, so I take the subway multiple times a day. In this instance, I was coming from school. I got out of class around 2:15, and I took I was at J Street Metro Tech, took the Uptown F train. At 2nd Avenue, a man came on, stumbled on. He appeared to be on drugs. The doors closed, and he ripped his jacket off and threw it at the people sitting down to my left. I was listening to music at the time, and he was yelling, so I took my headphones out to hear what he was yelling. And the three main threats that he repeated over and over was, "I'm going to kill you. I'm prepared to go to jail for life, and I'm willing to die." This was a scary situation, and Mr. Neely came on. He was threatening. I'm 6'2", and he was taller than me, so it was. And there's a common misconception that Marines don't get scared. We're actually taught one of our core values is courage, and courage is not the absence of fear, but how you handle fear. And I was scared for myself, but I looked around, I saw women and children. He was yelling in their faces, saying these threats. I couldn't just sit still. Some people say that I was holding on to Mr. Neely for.
Breaking news now in the trial of Daniel Penny, where the jury appears to be deadlocked. You'll remember Penny's a former Marine who put a man named Jordan Neely into a deadly chokehold on a New York City subway train last year. Penny has pleaded not guilty to second-degree manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide. The jury just told the judge that they cannot really reach a unanimous verdict on the manslaughter charge. Let's get right to NBC News correspondent Rahema Ellis. She's outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Also with us, NBC News legal analyst Angela Senadella back with us. Rahema, what's happening right now? They told the judge they can't come to an agreement. Now what?
Well, they've taken a break, Kate, and what the judge has asked the attorneys to do is take a look at some case law to determine whether or not they can put aside the first count against Daniel Penny, and that is the count on manslaughter in the second degree. The prosecution is not in favor of doing that. The defense, on the other hand, says, once again, the judge should call for a mistrial in all of this because the jurors are deadlocked. They've been saying since this morning when we got a note from them that they could not come to an agreement. The judge had sent them back on what's considered what's called an Allen charge, telling them basically to wipe the slate clean, start as if you're going to go from the very beginning, let go of all of the thoughts that you had about this case, and consider it anew. Well, they did that, apparently, but came back again. And as you point out just a few minutes ago, the judge got a note from the juror saying, again, they were deadlocked. They had asked yesterday for another legal definition of the difference between negligence and recklessness. And what happens is the court essentially comes back and reads the law that has been read to these jurors before. And my sense is that it's really not very explanatory in terms of speaking in plain English, if you will. So we're now waiting for the judge and the lawyers to come back into court with some kind of decision as to what they're going to do going forward.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.
I got a timeline I'm going to read in a minute, y'all. Give me a second.
There is new video showing the statement Daniel Penny gave to investigators after placing Jordan Neely in a chokehold on the subway last year.
I'm not trying to kill the guy.
Right.
I'm just trying to de-escalate the situation, right? Like he's threatening people, and I'm not confrontational, not a confrontational guy. In the Marine Corps, I felt the need to step in. Yeah. There's women and children on the train. I'm sure there's ladies there that will vouch for me.
A detective testified today Penny did not know Neely had died during that voluntary police interview.
That's what I wanted to know.
Also in court today, Penny's Marine Corps martial arts instructor took the stand about the proper use of a chokehold.
I definitely wanted to know if he knew, but he definitely didn't. He know he was already gone before he left the area.
Charged with manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide. He is pleaded not guilty.
I mean, the man might not have been
the prosecution close to resting its case in the manslaughter trial of Daniel.
The man might not have been pronounced, but he definitely was out of there. And you could tell. I could tell on the picture. Yeah. And so let me get to this timeline because I'm just trying to understand how did all of this stuff happen. And so it happened on May 1st of 2023. Y'all, please smack the thumbs up if you have not already. I would greatly appreciate it. Hold on, let me turn. I don't know why I can't hear my music. Wait. Oh, because it wasn't on. Hold on. That would be a good reason why I can't hear it. Yeah, please smack the thumbs up. They be playing me on the thumbs up over here. Should have never been charged. Is that right? Shout out to BFF in the building. Welcome in. You can't ignore what you already heard. 106. See, that's what I thought. Tell them, BFF. Please smack the thumbs up. It is not hard. It's free. I know that it don't. I hope y'all know that the thumbs up don't mean that you like the incidents that's happening, but you appreciate the host. So anyway, this incident happened on May 1st, 2023, and Daniel Penny places Jordan Neely in this fatal chokehold. So then 9 days later, May 10th, 2023, New York City Mayor Eric Adams said that the unaliving of Jordan Neely at the hands of a fellow subway rider was a tragedy that never should have happened, and pledged to do more to help people experiencing mental crisis. On May 11, 2023, Penny turns herself in to the Manhattan District's Attorney Office. May 20th, 2023, the Republican presidential hopeful line up to support Penny. The Republican presidential hopefuls line up to support Penny. And this man, they gave him like over $1 million. He's gained throughout all of this. And this was in 2023, an article I seen that they said his supporters then gave him $1 million. Like, yeah. So the grand jury indicted him on June 15th. On June 28th, 2023, Penny pleaded not guilty to second-degree manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide during his arraignment. On January, everything I'm going to read from this point on is this year. Starting January 17th, 2024, a judge declined to dismiss the case against Penny. So now October, dang, so January all the way to October, boy, they dragging this out. So the jury selection begins. November 1st, Jury have heard opening statements in the trial. December 2nd, the closing arguments began. December 3rd, the jury began deliberation. December 4th, deliberation continues. December 5th, the jury reviewed testimony from the medical examiner's definition of recklessness and negligence and videos, and including police body cam and bystander recording. I'm gonna let this play. This is the medical examiner on the stand.
Penny. Good evening. I'm Dick Brennan.
And I'm Mary. Calvi, Christine, and Maurice are off. It's a dramatic update in the case of the Marine veteran who has pleaded not guilty to charges related to the chokehold death of 30-year-old Jordan Neely.
Witnesses testified Neely entered the subway last year threatening people, and Penny tried to restrain him. Dozens of people have testified on the stand. The prosecution alleges Penny used excessive force. Alice Gaynor has been in the courtroom all week. She's live outside with an update. Alice.
Dick and Mary, prosecutors called more than 30 witnesses to the stand. The last to testify is the doctor who performed the autopsy on Jordan Neely. We just got an update moments ago. Court is finished for the day, but the defense has not finished their cross-exam, so the medical examiner will return Monday for questioning. Today, jurors were shown photos from the autopsy, in particular of Jordan Neely's neck and eyes. Dr. Cynthia Harris ruled Jordan Neely's cause of death compression of the neck or asphyxia. Prosecutors say Daniel Penny had Neely in a chokehold for nearly 6 minutes. In a voluntary police station house interview, Penny demonstrated.
And I kind of came like this.
Okay. Did you apply pressure, Daniel?
No, I wasn't. I just wanted to keep him from getting to people.
After Penny let go of Neely, several witnesses, including responding officers, testified Neely had a pulse. Dr. Harris says that's not surprising. This is an asphyxial death. The brain dies first. Neely had sickle cell trait. She testified it's normally benign, an asymptomatic condition, but his spleen and red blood cells were sickled. In her medical opinion, she testified it was caused because he was in a low oxygen situation. A toxicology report revealed Neely had a synthetic cannabinoid, otherwise known as K2, in his system. But she told the jury no one can say how much because current testing does not quantify it. It only determines if
What'd she say? Hold on.
Neely had a pulse. Dr. Harris says that's not surprising.
Like this.
Okay. Did you apply pressure, Daniel?
No, I wasn't. I just wanted to keep him from getting to people.
After Penny let go of Neely, several witnesses, including responding officers, testified Neely had a pulse. Dr. Harris.
Dude, now he talking about he was moving around. He was okay. You see how hard? Let me take that back. See, I can't take my eyes off of what I'm looking at. I was looking at the comments. Come on, dude. He couldn't even get up.
After Penny let go of Neely, several witnesses, including responding officers, testified Neely had a pulse. Dr. Harris says that's not surprising. This is an asphyxial death. The brain dies first. Neely had sickle cell trait. She testified it's normally benign, an asymptomatic condition, but
the brain dies first.
His spleen and red blood cells were sickled. In her medical opinion, she testified it was caused because he was in a low oxygen situation. A toxicology report revealed Neely had a synthetic cannabinoid, otherwise known as K2, in his system. But she told the jury no one can say how much because current testing does not quantify it. It only determines if it's present, since synthetic cannabinoids change like fashion trends. On cross-examination, defense attorneys asked her about higher rates of toxicity and hospitalizations due to K2. She said it was 2 to 100 times more potent to standard natural occurring cannabinoids. They also noted after she performed the autopsy, Neely's death certificate originally said cause of death pending further study. Dr. Harris said that was due to a misunderstanding. A police report said Neely had been screaming, so she had questions. After viewing video of an unresponsive Neely, and though waiting for toxicology results, she made her ruling, doubling down, telling the jury that Neely could have had enough fentanyl in his system to knock down an elephant, and that still would not have changed her opinion.
So they say he was screaming, and you didn't hear him saying nothing. At what point? I guess he was screaming before he got around his neck.
Again, court is finished for the day, but they are not done with this witness. She will be questioned again on Monday. The defense will finish, and then the prosecution will rest, and then the defense will get a chance to present its case. Dick and Mary?
Drama unfold. Were any of Neely's family members in court today?
So his father and his uncle, they've been here for pretty much the entirety of the trial. They were here, and I looked over to see what their reaction might be to these autopsy photos. They were watching because at other points during this trial, I've noticed his father has either put his head down or he's gotten up and he has left the courtroom. Some of these images, this testimony too painful, but they were paying attention today. His uncle did tell reporters that this was understandably very painful for them to be here, listen to, and to watch.
Alice Gaynor.
That's crazy. Now, I thought I had some body cam footage, and I'm gonna have to find it because I did run across it. His dad didn't care when he got arrested 42 times. How do you know that, Matt? He should have gotten life without parole. Welcome in, Grayson. So if law enforcement didn't help him lock the officers up too, he was not screaming. That's a lie. Yeah, so they've been lying all the way through it. Oh yeah, he was breathing when I pried my foot from between his legs. Like that man was not moving. I mean, anyway, let me finish reading this about the timeline. So we had got to the part about the medical examiner. We just listened to what she had to say. The jurors reviewed the testimony from the medical examiners of the reckless and negligence in the video, including police body cam footage that I want to find. Wait, let me cover this up. And so, December 6th, the judge dismisses the charge of manslaughter in the second degree. So what charges does Penny face now? Penny faces second degree, or what did he face? He faced second degree manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide charges. What happens if he is found guilty? If the jury finds Penny guilty, he could face up to 15 years in prison. There is no minimum sentence. The Manhattan DA office also reached out to Fox New York to report that there is also no mandatory prison sentence for Penny's charge. But it is unclear how that could affect sentencing. What happened on hold on, that's old stuff. They got new stuff mixed with old stuff because he definitely dismissed the manslaughter charges. So let me let this play. Well, let me see what y'all saying. Anybody want to call in, give your opinion on what is going on? Respect to the family, grief, family's grief, Matt. Yeah, definitely. Respect to the family. All cops are bad. I ain't never said all cops are bad. That's like saying all black people are bad. All people are bad. Like it's some good people in the world, but I don't know where they be at when all of this corruption going on. Actually, I know all the bad people is at the top, and the people at the top is protecting them, and the people that would say something, they are too afraid if they do know something. You know, they tell normal citizens to snitch on their people, but they ain't about to snitch on their people. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole different topic that we ain't even talking about. This is a channel that I like to stay on topic, and it'll never be a day that I'll be talking about that. So I have no comment on that. Oh, that's what I was doing. I was pulling up the call-in number if anybody want to call in and give your opinion about what you just heard. And also, let me see. What else that's the other thing that I wanted to play. The body cam footage from the neo-Nazis, as they call them, KKK members that was downtown in Columbus. There was a body cam footage that I ran across that I wanted to play if I can find it. But y'all can definitely call in. But in the meantime, I'm going to let this play right quick. I'm going to let this play again. See if y'all can catch the lie in this as I look for another video. The real video I'm looking for.
Daniel? Yep. I'm Detective McCarthy. I'm Detective Medina. Located. This is where you're at right now.
Cool.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Very good. Very good. I'm doing well.
Yeah.
You served in the Marine Corps down here?
I did, yes.
Served in the Marine Corps.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Got my little desk before the sun and
There you go. Nice, man.
What you doing? What was your MLS?
I was in 0351.
I was an 0331.
Oh, cool. Michigan, yeah, weapons platoon. Nice, man.
I was not military, so I don't know what that stuff is.
That's like another language.
3rd Battalion, 6th Marines.
Okay, there you go. 36.
96 to 2000.
Nice, man.
Two med floats. Did my thing, and then I ended up here. Now I got close to 22 years here now, man.
Good pension.
Yeah, man.
I grew up in Queens as well.
Nice.
Nice. So that's good, Daniel. Anyway, listen, Daniel. So we want to talk to you about what happened today.
Sure.
Thank you for sticking around.
Yeah.
And being cooperative.
Absolutely.
And Rob serving in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
But anyway, before we speak to you about today, we have to read you your rights.
Sure. Absolutely.
So I'm going to read you your rights. After each question, I'm going to say, do you understand?
Not every criminal defendant can get their sister to go on the witness stand and say nice things, but it was important because really the only thing the jury knew about him was he was a former Marine and he was choking this man on board a subway train. That's really all they knew about him. So the defense put up some character witnesses there because even as the judge recognized, look, the prosecution is making the case that this is a man who disregarded Jordan Neely's humanity and acted in such a callous way. So the defense had to put up some character witnesses to show that, no, he is not a callous man. He is empathetic. So character does play a role in this, even though he is being charged with manslaughter for being reckless in causing the death of Jordan Neely.
Wow, what a case. Dan Rivali from New York One, thank you so much for your great reporting. I'm sure we'll speak again as this jury continues deliberating. Still with us, our think tank, Daryl Cohen, Rachel Kaufman, and Josh Schiffer.
What if Penny was black and Neely was white? Why did the chokehold go on so long? Neely attorney Dante Mills fired back at Penny's words, saying it was an advertisement. Subway chokehold suspect Daniel Penny has spoken out about what happened on that F train on May. First, Penny is charged with manslaughter in the death of Jordan Neely. Neely was reportedly shouting at subway riders when the Marine veteran Neely put him in a long chokehold that took Neely's life. In an interview with the New York Post, Penny said, "This has nothing to do with race. I am not a white supremacist." He went on to say, "I love all people. I love all cultures. You can tell by my past and my travels and adventures around the world. I was actually planning a road trip through Africa before this happened." Penny's actions have sparked outrage and protests, many asking, what if Penny was black and Neely was white? Why did the chokehold go on so long? Neely attorney Dante Mills fired back at Penny's words, saying it was an advertisement to soften the public's view. He tells Pix 11 in a statement, "We never called him a white supremacist. We called him a killer. We don't care how many vacations he's been on. We want to know why he didn't let go of the chokehold until Jordan was dead. Your planned drive through Africa can't explain why you thought you had the right to take someone's life, even if they were houseless and had mental illness." Freelance journalist Dana Kennedy conducted the interview for the New York Post. She had this to say.
I'm just speculating here. This is just my theory, but he didn't seem like somebody that really lost it in the moment and, realizes he went too far. My take on it was something bad maybe really did happen on that subway.
There is a huge divide on Daniel Penny in the court of public opinion, but ultimately, Daniel Penny's fate will be decided by a jury in a court of law. John Muller, Pix 11 News.
Well, it sounds like the judge made the decision and not the jury. I did.
Breaking news now in the trial of Daniel Penny, where the jury appears to be deadlocked. You'll remember Penny's a former Marine who put a man named Jordan Neely into a deadly chokehold on a New York City subway train last year. Penny has pleaded not guilty to second-degree manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide. The jury just told the judge that they cannot reach a unanimous verdict on the manslaughter charge. Let's get right to NBC News correspondent Rahema Ellis. She's outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Also with us, NBC News legal analyst Angela Senadella back with us. Rahema, what's happening right now? They told the judge they can't come to an agreement. Now what?
Well, they've taken a break, Kate, and what the judges asked the attorneys to do is take a look at some case law to determine whether or not they can put aside the first.
Okay, so let me make sure y'all can hear me. So the content on here may be triggering to some, but we're gonna look at these couple, and they're not very long, but it is a graphic warning on this. So if you're under 18, you shouldn't be here anyway. This is a crime channel, and this is meant for news reporting, documentary purposes, awareness, and all of that good stuff that happens on the crime channel. Let me uncover this. Please smack that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have not. Well, I would not want to be here to death.
Excuse me. What's the script?
Notice how everybody is just standing around. All these people just standing around. And they said this man was still breathing when the cops got there, allegedly. And notice that, so with him being in the interrogation, he know exactly what was going on with the man. Talking about he was moving around. He was okay still. He know he wasn't okay.
I don't know. I just put him out.
Oh, I just put him out.
You get a bus. No firearm. You got a pulse or no? Yeah, I feel a pulse. You feel a pulse?
No firearm, and I feel a pulse.
You keep breathing, right?
Try it on the wrist. Put a rush. He's unconscious now. He's not breathing.
That's not looking good.
Did he just so they didn't expect for it to be as serious as it is? Did he just pass out? I don't know. Get out of here, man. They knew. He knew. In the interrogation room. My opinion.
The whole train was freaked out. He was either gonna pull a gun, a knife, or
said, "I'm willing to die. I'm willing to die. You know, I'm willing to get killed."
And like I said, I get people being afraid. I get everything, but I just don't get him holding on to him for 6 dang on minutes and taking his life. Like, he was the judge, juror, and executioner. He deserved to go to the hospital or jail or wherever they was gonna send him, right? He did not deserve to lose his life, and he didn't have a weapon. He was talking mess. He's mentally ill. I mean, like, golly, we gotta be better than this, right? Like, anybody can do this. Is that what they telling us or not? Or is it just as long as you look like him? Daniel Penny. What would it have been if it would have been the opposite? What do you think? You know, when you look at the police, when they unalive somebody, it's always the white cop doing it to the unaliving someone black. You don't see the black cop unaliving it. Why is it that the black cops don't unalive as much as the other ones do? I mean, because if they do, they're not showing them to us. So what would it look like if it was the opposite is what I'm trying to figure out. What do y'all think?
The guy in the tan did take him down like very respectfully and just like held him down. He wasn't like just okay.
I think that the guy is totally drove down.
She already done diagnosed everything. She know what's going on. Oh, nah, he just held him. No, he didn't. Just held him. I guess she couldn't see or feel the pressure.
Yeah. Okay, what did you see? What did I see? I was sitting over there, I heard the young man that's on the floor saying, hey, I'm willing to die, I'll do anything, I'm willing to die, I'll go to jail, I don't care. And he was saying it so loud that everybody turned around.
Ladies and gentlemen, this train is going to be held here for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you see?
What did I see?
So I do have a question. If you were on, and y'all can call in now too. If you were on that train, I could imagine if I was on that train, I would have felt happy that somebody was holding him down and he wasn't gonna hurt nobody. But I wouldn't be happy in the end if this man is gone and he didn't do anything. Like, for example, you could call the cops on your mate, your estranged mate, and until they actually hit you or do something, they ain't even gonna show up. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, that person is allowed to live. You know what I'm saying? And not be arrested or unalive for something that they have not done yet. Has anybody been harmed? Has anybody, you know what I'm saying? No. So how is this okay? It's not okay. It's not.
See, I was sitting over there, I heard the young man that's on the floor saying, hey, I'm willing to die, I'll do anything. I'm willing to die. I'll go to jail. I don't care.
I noticed she keep balling her fists up and doing that like she got a jab or something. What was in his hand? Nothing. She ain't say nothing in his hand, and she keep repeating herself. So that's all he did right there. What she saying? Okay, I got a caller.
Mouthpiece.
Shout out to Mouthpiece.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Shout out to Mouthpiece. Welcome in. Thank you for calling.
Blessings, Queen Miss V. Blessings on blessings. And blessings to the chat.
Yes.
Man, I don't know where to start, man, but I'm gonna start here first though. I have a nephew of mine who also is schizophrenic, and he also suffers from episodes sometimes. And it makes me think of him for some reason with this situation because it was not approached in a subtle manner. Now, I understand this young man may have said, yeah, I'm willing to die and all of this crazy stuff because that's sometimes schizophrenic people or people that suffer from schizophrenia, they say a lot of ridiculous things that make you feel like they actually mean it.
We seen it with Sonya Massey. Sonya Massey, they said she was schizophrenic. She didn't deserve to leave here either, and this guy didn't either. Go ahead.
Exactly. And due to the point of these people saying these words that doesn't determine that you make a snap decision and say, okay, you're going to get unalived. Now, that guy is a big liar. Penny is a big liar, man. He's been lying the whole time. And I guess that's what they call the complexion for the protection, because they taking everything that he say as law, as he's really being honest, and he really not. If you look on that camera, you look on that video, and he's talking about he stopped breathing, you're the cause, sir. You're the cause for that, sir.
Yeah.
I don't know how this country became so inhumane. I don't understand it.
It's scary to me. Like, okay, so everybody is like, okay, yeah, cool that he did that. What if? See, I always put myself in the situation, and if I had a loved one that was mentally ill, I would not be celebrating that. That lady, sometimes your own can be the worst. That woman right there, she had no remorse for this guy that lost his life, and that's really disheartening to me. Go ahead.
She should be ashamed of herself, for real.
Damn, like, girl. But I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, but like I said, now I put myself in a position. If I was on that train, I would have been happy that he had the guy. But you got everybody screaming, let him go. He can't breathe. Let up and all this. And you just sitting up there like just holding him. Like, I mean, are you that afraid that you know martial arts, right? So you're that afraid that y'all can't loosen up on a guy and see what he do? Once you've held him that long, you're holding him from breathing. You're holding him from moving up and down when you got your legs wrapped around him.
Exactly. And not only that, I'm sure Marine training tells you a certain amount of time that you can hold a man by his neck. I'm very certain of that. And not only that, the very place that he chose to hold, why would you, of all places, choose to hold this man by his neck when you could have reprimanded his arms? You understand what I'm saying?
Heck, and then this is my thing too. So he's doing this whole, right? They talk about him learning about this. In his training, did he have 2 other men holding him too on at each side? Like, he had to consider that too. They were holding that man's hands down. That by the elbow had his arm all stretched out weird.
They also should be charged as well.
And they didn't. That's so weird, right?
That's crazy. That is crazy. That is so crazy.
America,
man, I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed. And I think he should be charged at the fullest extent of the law. I just want to chime in, Ms. V, because this situation is very touching. And I don't want to, go too crazy with it. But I just want to chime in and give my
Y'all check out my moderator Mouthpiece. He got a great channel, and he has a Come On Brother series all the time, and I like his content. So y'all check him out when he drop down there, if y'all can. A matter of fact, I don't normally do this, but go ahead and drop your link.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the chat, but I appreciate the love.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for always showing me love.
All the time. Big love, Queen. Blessings.
All right, peace out. Yeah, man. So that lady, I'm not really feeling her. Like, dang, it's like we've gotten heartless, I guess, some of us. I can't see this enough to where I have no compassion, like to where it's just normal to me. Look at her. I'm really disappointed, ma'am.
Okay, and he was saying it so loud that everyone turned around. So this young man, he got belligerent and he tackled him down. The one that just passed away in the brown jacket, the one that just went past.
The guy in the brown jacket.
Yeah, you got to see the guy.
Did she say the one that just passed away in the brown jacket, and then she meant passed by? I mean, so did she know the man had passed away? Let me hear this again. Passed away in the brown jacket, or did I hear it wrong?
The guy in the brown jacket.
Yeah, you got to see the guy in the brown jacket. Yeah.
We got to get it.
Brown jacket. Yeah. And he tackled him down. The one that just passed away in the brown jacket, the one that just went past.
She did say passed away. Then she corrected herself and said went past. So she knew that other guy passed away too, which is why it's probably on her mind.
The guy in the brown jacket.
Yeah, you got to see that.
And she's savage with her, just not, dang, like, Somebody just lost their life there.
Yeah.
That's for the guys in the precinct. You got a brown jacket, tan jacket. Take them to the precinct right now. Take it away to the fifth precinct.
So he took him to the ground. The guy with the brown jacket.
And this is at 2:40 in the afternoon, 5/1/2/40/2023.
Took him to the ground.
Yeah, he took him to the ground and gave him a chokehold. Not a hard chokehold, just enough to secure him.
How you know? Was you there feeling it or not? He gave him a chokehold. Not hard, but yeah, it was hard enough to stop him from breathing.
And the guy fought, and he kept holding him, all right? And then that's when everybody totally realized what was going on. And I think this guy's on drugs, you know, because when he came in, he was unbelievably off the charts. He scared the living daylights out of everyone.
How did he bring him down to the ground? Like he picked him up and threw him on the ground?
I'm assuming he stood up, grabbed him, turned him around, and put him to the ground.
All right.
She's so happy.
If you need a statement, yeah, all sitting here. This gentleman hopped on the train, stating he was ready to die.
Dang, she's so happy. Wait a minute.
The whole train was freaked out.
I've had enough. Listen here, I wasn't trying to play this again.
I'm willing to die, you know, I'm willing to get killed.
I really wasn't. Alrighty. Yeah, so man, like, what y'all think of old sister there? He could have used a different hold on him. I mean, dang, he could have just lightened up on him. Like the guy, he could have been all that, the hero and all that. But of course, it does turn into a whole race thing, like because it always be the KK Karens that be paying up the millions and all that. Like these people get paid, they get rewarded for doing this kind of stuff. We seen it with the Trayvon Martin. We seen this guy sell the weapon that he used. It becomes a whole money grab. They find a way to make money off of us however they can. This is what I'm looking at here. Someone saying I'm willing to die means they're willing to. Yeah, well, did he have anything that he could make that happen with? Was it anything in his hand that he could make that happen with? Was it enough people on that train that could have jumped him and held him down too? Or that's what I'm saying. Out of all the people on the train, it was one person willing to do it. Why do y'all think that is? When you think about the 9/11 and all of those passengers that was there, and this person had what he had, and nobody was willing to do anything but just let it happen, right? That's weird, like that people do that. It could be men, women. I mean, it was men, women, children. I understand the women and the children sitting back, but men, it took the first man to do it, and then the other men like helped. But it usually don't happen like that. It'll be how often do we hear about a knife wielding suspect at the dang on subways? Like, why don't they have the dang on police that they should have down there? They know it's savage. Oh yeah, no one is getting away with racist killing. Did y'all hear about the 68 that was arrested? No, where? Now, I did have a video. I wanted to play it because we were talking about, what happened in Columbus. They had a whole, they probably calling it a demonstration, a peaceful protest. And they had body cam footage. And when they had that was about what? Maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago now, somewhere around there. So I'm going to pull that up. Give me a second, y'all. Please smack that thumbs up. Give y'all an opportunity to hit that thumbs up for me. Subscribe to the channel. This is a crime channel, and we got lots of content on this channel. So jump on off the short shelf and check out the whole channel. I got videos for days. We've been doing this for 4 years, all crime. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. For sharing. For sharing. For sharing. Thank you for so much. Thank you for sharing. Hey, who's calling? Okay, caller, you on the air. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Dorsey, and I'm calling from Los Angeles.
Okay.
I'm a 62-year-old black male. I have 2 sons, and I've been looking at the changes that's been going on in the world. Ever since the crack epidemic, black people have belittled ourselves as far as devaluing our honor and our pride. And what happens is, over the years, we've seen countless times black men acting fools. You know what I'm saying? Talking crazy on the bus, talking crazy on the train, all that. Now, us as black people, we tolerate it because we be like, oh man, he tripping, and we giggle about it, right? But the other races, the other cultures, let me say it like that, the other cultures, they're afraid of us. And time and time again, they see it in
Allegedly. That's what they say. I don't. They say they afraid of us, but go ahead.
Well, you know, you got to understand, we are extraordinary people. And 9 times out of 10, if you're a strong black person, you know, you're confident, you're educated, and so forth, they feel inferior. They feel insecure around us.
Oh, inferior, insecure. Yeah, I believe that.
Scared. I mean, when you feel inferior to something, or you're scared of something, you're leery. So what happens is, over years, decades, they have been poisoned against us spiritually. You understand what I'm saying? So when let's say when something like this happens, it's something they wanted to do a long time. They just didn't have the guts to do it. So when one white boy does it, they feel like he's representing the whole race, because deep down they wanted to do it themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like when you see somebody in the club and they act, and you like, I would just want to slap the dog out of them, right? But you don't do it. But then when somebody go and do it, you're like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't participate, but you co-signing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep. Group think, scared to jump and let somebody else do it first, type of thing. But you wanted to do it the whole time.
They're gonna make that zero a hero.
Definitely. I'm wondering if he gonna get any time at all.
Oh, he gonna get some time. Because see, they can't just let it be blatant, because see, that's an urban area. Now, if that was like South Carolina, Kentucky, someplace like that, they'll let it slide. But see, they got to get a jury, and he has to be judged by his peers, by city people. And city people is like, nah, you didn't have to choke dude out like that. Because if not, the police wouldn't even put the man on, wouldn't even charge them. They just would have said self-defense and close the case.
Yeah,
So
I didn't see it happening in that interrogation room.
Obviously, society says no. This is not allowed. We can't have it. You can't take justice into your own hands.
Nope. You can't. Somebody can't even break in your house and you shoot them in a dang on back. But this was okay and justified. How you can't do that? You can't.
Now
it's not okay.
Now, I'm being honest with you. I'm a Marine. I'm an ex-Marine. I'm a Marine Corps veteran.
Thank you for your service. Yeah.
Well, no, I was stupid enough to volunteer for this country. Yeah, I understand when y'all say thank you for service, but the military is racist too. Anything that has humans in it is gonna be flawed.
Yeah,
okay?
definitely.
Okay, so as a Marine, he knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what pressure hold, how long to do it, and what it was going to happen. They do not teach us how to fight in the Marine Corps. They teach us how to kill.
Yeah, so he knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just like with the police chokehold, right? Remember how we went through them years and decades arguing with them saying that this chokehold was lethal? And it was like, nah, it's the only way we can hold you. And no. There's 1,000,001 ways. There's nerve pressure points. You could grab the man by his wrist. You could grab the man by his shoulder. You could do that. You could grab that man anywhere but his neck. The neck is the most fragile part on the human body.
Yep, and he held it for 6 minutes. Oh, they trolling her. Wait, hold on. I'm sure Mouthpiece and BFF is in the building now, so I'm sure they handling them now. What time is? Oh shoot, that was a few minutes ago. Okay, let's open the doors to the block party and let them in. Okay, go ahead, caller. Sorry.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm here in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
And we have people on the train, we have people on the bus, we have sherm heads, we have all that, and they act a fool, but don't nobody take them as a threat because he's like, man, it's just what you get for living in the city. It's just this is just a street performer. That's what we look at him as. He's gonna show out. You understand what I'm saying? So we show him grace. Now that white boy took it way past what it should have been in human decency, and he physically killed that man. I don't want to hear all that other. And then the other ones assisted him. They always a little timid. They always the little timid ones that want to that want to help in. You know what I'm saying? It usually be the main dude who handling it, but the little ones want to get their little lick in or feel like, oh, I'm important. I'm being a man. I'm protecting the community. Yeah, we know how it goes. Y'all been doing that same thing for hundreds of years against black people.
It don't change. It don't change. And you have people like Mr. Boston want to come here. You don't know your history, and white people been slaves for 1,400 years. Get out of here, boy! People kill me with that.
White people was white people slaves. Come on, don't come with that.
And one has nothing to do with the other. It's still going on. We seeing it every day.
You gotta understand. The white man always want to reflect his crimes on black folks.
Yeah, just stop it.
If anybody who knows history realize that, hey, the Romans killed Jesus. They was white. Jesus was black.
Well, I don't want to get too far into that, but let me tell you, I like to speak facts over here. This is a crime channel, so I'm showing y'all proof of what's happening in America. This ain't me talking. Even like people do like to go back to slavery and talk about that. I talk about current events that show you that ain't a damn thing changed.
But see, you gotta understand the old other cultures is in on it.
Yeah, I know we're the most hated.
We're black people. We're our own here in America. We our own culture. We ain't African. We ain't none of that. We black. FBA.
Yeah.
We was raised, the conditions. We have our own culture, and what happens is our culture flourished against everything. They fed us the worst food, had us in the worst living conditions, gave us the worst medicine, and all it did was make us stronger and stronger mentally, spiritually, and physically. And so now that we are now finding ourselves, they're afraid because they're like, they're starting to combine all that together, and now they're starting to become, we run America. Let's keep it real. Their children dance to our music. Their children dress like us. And they see the changes, and that scares them. That scares them.
We definitely spend a lot of money, and you know, they bank on that, like all of the money that's being spent. But I think a lot of people, and I've seen it with Christmas, a lot of people are not going out there like they used to with the Black Friday scams, and at least I didn't see it in my city. It didn't go down like that.
Well, I mean,
So people are waking up.
How many 60-inch flat screen TVs do you need?
I don't need none, but I guess a lot of other people, they need them.
I got so many TVs, and when my neighbors move, they be like, "You want a TV?" I be like, "Yeah, go and give it to me." I got a 72-inch TV for free because my neighbor said, "Man, I'm moving out of state, and I don't want to take it with me on the plane. You can have it." I'm like, "Okay."
Now let me ask you this: did you see what was going on in Columbus about 3 weeks ago when the whatever they were, they calling them neo-Nazis, but they wasn't hollering nothing but Ingers. You know what I'm saying? So did you see? Huh?
They ain't no neo-Nazis. They the same Nazis.
Yeah, KKKers.
Right, they the same thing. You know, they always got to slap a new sticker on them, give themselves a new title. Oh, I'm a national. I'm a Christian.
I be getting confused with all these names. You know what I'm saying? Just say what it is. I guess this is the replacement for the hood.
A cracker is a cracker. You can change whatever the
Well, you know, cracker is the slave owner. That's where that came from. The cracker.
And that's where they got it from. But see, they'll deny that. Oh, that don't mean that. You don't know.
Yeah, it does.
Hunky came from. We gave y'all these names.
And I do want to say I am not a prejudiced person. And I'm not. I know I can't be racist, but I'm not prejudiced. And I just don't like what's happening to us. And I see it, I report it, and I don't feel it at all. And I call it out. But I will not become them. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe that everybody is bad in one race. Like, I wouldn't be no better than them. I just wanted to make that clear.
I'm going to be like this. I'm 62. I'm racist. I'm sorry.
Well, you don't have, like they say, you can't be racist if you don't have an institute to put nobody in or reject somebody from banking or getting, you know. But you are prejudiced, is what you're saying.
When I subject any white person to my presence,
I don't have any hate in my heart. I feel like they win. I don't have no hate.
But I don't have that hate. I'm not consumed by hatred. You can be racist and not hate people.
I don't believe black people can be racist, first of all. But
okay, well, let me put it to you this way. Back in the early 1970s, when the little Mexicans used to come across the border, black folks used to rob them.
I know people say that mouthpiece, but I mean, I don't like how we all get put in one category. So I don't, you know.
But see, that's the whole.
But I mean, they benefit because look, we seen that with the case that I was just covering with old girl that put the dude in the suitcase. Well, I forgot her name already, but she batshit crazy, and how the cops came out and automatically, you know, they doing whatever she wants. She directing everything, you know, the Karens. So they benefit, you know, people like that, but everybody is not like that.
Understand the police was made and formed by them, and they're funded by them. Who you think the Chambers of Commerce? Why do you think they always donating money to the police fund?
Well, they definitely be donating money, and then I know. Like the government is everything is built on racism. Hell, I mean they still going by the same laws, constitutions and all that. I mean, ain't nothing changed. So
can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say something? White people
study does.
Yes,
Okay?
absolutely.
Okay, and they said
Still is.
3 out of 5 black people are going to vote, are going to participate in what we call democracy. Am I right or wrong?
I don't know. I haven't
60%
studied that.
are going to vote. When they came up with their constitution, they said 3/5 of a person. That's why they represented black people as 3/5, because they knew only 3 out of 5 of us was going to participate in whatever system they had. I mean, you gotta understand, them people didn't just come up with this government out of the blue. They scientifically researched this government.
Well, I mean, we have proof with the move, the 1985 bombing in Philly, that we are being studied, because they took bones from that bombing and just found them in a freaking museum last month. So yeah, they do study us, and it's been happening forever, and it just keep happening. But do you have anything in closing? I want to go on to the other body cam.
Okay. So I'm gonna say this, and it might not, because remember I said I'm racist. So
Well, don't say nothing too racist on here now. What you about to say?
Okay. The children of Cain are white people. The mark of Cain was white skin, blonde hair, and blue eyes. It was in the Bible. They took it out the Bible to hide the truth from us.
A lot of stuff was taken out the Bible, even God. So
yeah, they know who they are. The children of Cain. And children of Cain is when we was going around, they always go, white devil, white devil. They know who they are. We weren't calling them white devils. They started calling themselves a white devil. I'm just being real.
all right. Well, thank you so much for your call.
Who are about to declare nuclear war? White people against white people. God against Magog. And, I'll leave it at that.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Shout out to LA. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not, and smack that thumbs up too.
I'm going to subscribe, and you might hear from me a lot more.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you, Queen.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much for your intelligence.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Okay, so I definitely wanted to play that body cam footage from Columbus. So we're going to go on to the next topic. Y'all, please smack that thumbs up. Okay, so we talked about it when it happened, and I definitely wanted to play this. Hold on, I don't even think I got it put up, and I don't. So here we go.
Tonight, a local attorney telling us a group of neo-Nazis who marched down High Street this weekend are protected by the First Amendment. 10 TV told you about this Saturday when a dozen masked men carrying swastikas walked through the short north yelling racial slurs. And just hours ago, we learned Columbus police are investigating if the neo-Nazis used pepper spray on people during that march. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Angela Ann, in for Yolanda. Well, tonight we are limiting our use of that video because it is offensive, but we wanted to show you the severity of this situation. 10 TV's Carla Bogner has been following this story all weekend into tonight. And Carla, just hours ago, you spoke with a local attorney about how free speech really plays into all of this. What did he have to say about this?
Yeah, Angela, well, a lot of people were just shocked to see Nazis in their neighborhood here in the Short North this weekend and wondered why the police couldn't do something about it. And a free speech attorney tells me it's because their words were protected by the First Amendment. But now police are saying that those neo-Nazis may have used pepper spray, which could mean that assault charges are on the table. Dwight Holland took this cell phone video on Saturday after hearing commotion out on High Street.
I would like to know how a hate group is able to amass on High Street and walk at least 10 blocks. No police presence whatsoever.
He called police hoping they could do something about it. But attorney Mark Weaver explains police couldn't do much but monitor the situation in case it became violent.
Speech itself can't be illegal unless it's a threat. People are allowed to say mean, hateful things. Doesn't make them good people, but they're allowed to under the First Amendment.
The video shows the neo-Nazi yell slurs at Holland and his friend. Is that allowed?
So hate speech, however you define it, has been held to be completely protected by the Supreme Court. And that was all of the justices agreeing with that. So it's not a close call.
But now police say they have video evidence of neo-Nazis using pepper spray. Here you can see a man in plaid helping the man in a tan jersey flush out his eyes after a manager of a business tells us the neo-Nazis use pepper spray on him and others.
So that the moment that...
And it should be a hate crime to even say the word. That's why they don't want to make it a hate crime.
this sort of First Amendment activity crosses into the criminal realm, that there is accountability.
Now City Attorney Zach Klein tells us he's working with Columbus Police to see if they can build a case. Assault charges and even hate crime charges are on the table.
That is about as vile as it comes, which is why I want our community to know that I understand that folks are scared, that they're troubled, they're upset, but I have their back. And if there's a way for us to prosecute these individuals, if it crosses from free speech into criminal conduct, we will hold them accountable.
But like Attorney Weaver, Klein says the neo-Nazis can't be prosecuted for their use of hate speech alone. And anyone who has information about that use of pepper spray this weekend is asked to reach out to Columbus Police. Live in the Short North, Carla Rogner, 10
Body
News.
cam coming up. Let's see what happened. Let's see.
Take your mask off. What's your guys' problem, man?
Hey, I'm allowed to do it.
Besides the obvious. Besides the obvious. What's your problem?
Sit down.
Peaceful.
Take the mask
Calm
off.
down.
Take his mask off. Take his goddamn mask off now.
What are we being changing?
Get
back. Get back.
I'm the one in charge of that.
Okay. What's your name, sir?
I'm not going to tell my name. We're just out here peacefully demonstrating.
But this isn't peaceful, man. I mean,
hey, we didn't do anything. We didn't initiate any violence. I didn't call anybody out directly. Okay.
But why you say that?
Because it's our right to. I have the First Amendment of the Constitution. We're out here peacefully demonstrating.
Wow.
Hey, my man, you need to go. Go.
Out of control, actually.
No shit, but why now? Like, why do this now, man?
Because our country is being invaded. White people are being ostracized. And we're trying to come out and demonstrate. You know, we're not out here trying to hurt anybody. It's all right to do what we're doing.
What you think going on here?
We just picked. I'm not even from here, to be honest. You know,
we're trying to figure it out.
Okay. And you're the leader?
Yes. Yeah. We're not doing anything illegal. Okay. We're actually heading out right now.
How did y'all get here? They drove? So your car is somewhere close by here, or do you park away?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we're on our way out right now.
But you're right. You're correct.
We're not out here to freaking hurt anybody or anything like that. We're getting attacked, so we're out of here.
You know, you're getting attacked because you're saying you're spewing.
But we have the right to.
Yes, you do. You keep saying that, but yes, you have the right to do that. And then, you know, you have the right. I mean, when people get upset, this is what happens.
They don't have a right to. That's the. You know, if my wife says something that upsets me, I don't have the right to hurt them. If my wife says something that upsets me, I don't have the right to react a certain way.
You know about saying that, but if it's all racial type stuff, man, you can't be doing this stuff down here.
If they're driving around in their cars.
Let me get this straight. So only words are not an attack, only physical. Is that what they saying here? Let me know. If words wasn't an attack, we wouldn't be getting in trouble for saying certain things. Or if you say something about the president, you know what I'm saying? You put a couple words together with the president, you could have them at your door, right? So words ain't offensive no more, ain't assaulting, attacking. Okay.
But you gotta have common sense. I get what you're saying, man. The law. But I'm saying, but you gotta have common sense, man. I mean, I definitely feel your First Amendment right to say whatever this nonsense is. But come on, man. The Buckeyes are playing, man. Come on, bro.
Hey, we're not going to attack here about that, dude. I got the footage. We can go now, right? Now that things are de-escalating, we're leaving, okay?
We're literally leaving.
And that was we're walking our car.
We're leaving.
We're leaving.
After we go to town. All right, wait. Have a good day. Have a good one.
Thank you.
We get people with cans throwing at us, and yeah, good job, guys. People off.
Enjoy the buffet.
Take your money. Yep.
Thank you as well.
Yep.
Protected by a bunch of black officers.
Isn't that something?
Protected by a bunch of black officers.
Yeah, but they're leaving. Yeah, but I mean, Well, it looks like somebody got stuff and spraying them. They got stuff all over them. So it's kind of like one of them deals. If you out here spewing this stuff, man, stuff is bound to happen. Well, we're gonna have to do something.
Okay, well, if they thought somebody sprayed somebody, why didn't they get arrested? That's what need to be happening.
Victims. No, they are the victims. The per se victims, because they got stuff all over them. They got spray all over them. So, but they're actually leaving. So let's just call them out.
They got spray up. They the victims. What?
Hey, I want to thank Upside for sponsoring this body cam. Upside is a free app that gets you cash back on daily.
You are.
I don't even know if they have the right. You have your idea? I have an idea.
Hey, check us out.
On your first gallon of gas.
Hey, check us out. This what's going on. We got people who are alleging that they were victims of you guys. Finish. Victims of what? They were victims of y'all, like macing and so forth. So, in order to take a proper to document this properly, we need some ID.
I have an idea. I'm not driving, so I just bring an ID. I don't have my wallet. I don't have anything.
They're refusing.
Okay. Are we legally required to give our ID?
You are legally detained. Yes, you are.
I don't even know if they have the right. You have your ID?
Well, I hope you do at least, since you're driving.
Yeah,
why wouldn't you bring ID? You grown. Every grown person need ID. It ain't no reason not to have it.
No, this is a valid driver's license, right?
Yeah, I'm a CDL driver. Yeah.
Okay.
Wonder who he works for with these racist acts.
Yep. Hey, gentlemen, I need all of you guys' IDs. We got a couple of people who are alleging that you had assaulted them with mace.
We don't have. It wasn't us. They assaulted us. We don't have figured out. We got it figured out.
You got punched, you got attacked, you got everything. We just want you to get out of the same.
Yeah, we declined the seats. We declined the seats.
So they rented a U-Haul for this event?
Fellas, do me a favor, all of y'all hands on top of your head, please. All of you guys. Thank you. Thank you, sir. And keep them there for me, please.
We were told we were allowed to have our hands up.
Why ain't they?
So keep your hands up, please.
The driver's the only one armed.
Okay.
Separated.
Keep your hands on top of your head, please.
Wait a minute. Ain't they still in their own vehicle? Like, why ain't they out the car handcuffed at this point?
Please. If not, I'm going to take you out and put you in the back of the cruiser.
Oh, okay, so they not. At this point, you should put them, take them out and put them in the back of the cruiser.
Yeah.
Power trip.
I mean, ain't they worried about them grabbing something out of their vehicle? Have you ever seen them detain people like this in a vehicle? Shouldn't they be outside the vehicle? Like, I'm a little confused at what's going on here.
Well, yeah, look what they did to these black guys. Yeah. Stop. Don't can. Throwing bottles at us, throwing eggs. They didn't get pulled over. They didn't get. They're throwing cans at vegetables at us.
My man.
Stop in the track.
If I tell you again, I'm going to yank you out of this vehicle and I'm going to put you in the back of the cruiser.
I had to tell him, hey,
that's why I know that.
4 people was pulling guns on us. Yeah, we were just trying to get out of there. You only need a permit when you got 3 come on, man. First Amendment. You're just walking up the street. We know the laws. You are all sworn to uphold the Constitution. I understand.
How you been?
Pretty good, sir. How about yourself?
Good.
I'll tell you right now that the last time
we spontaneous except for other groups. I'm saying, you guys play. We have to.
if we communicate, we're going to get shot.
Yeah, we have not broken the law. We were peaceful. They attacked us first, man. Who's the people with the ball? Are we under arrest for words? Just words?
Is it not common that people with the ball couldn't be violent?
All we said was words.
Now, here's what I don't get. Like, how can you even claim that this is a peaceful demonstration and you calling people names? Insulting names that should be considered a hate crime from coming from the mouth of a group that represents hate. Like, come on, man. This shouldn't they? What are we talking about here? What this is provoking. Provoking. You're coming to a neighborhood to provoke people to do something. Ain't nothing peaceful about this.
Attacked us for words.
Words. Okay. And during a game, they knew exactly what they were doing. They wanted all the smoke, apparently.
We came for some paper hands. Yes, I can. I did.
We like maybe do a thing where we put our hands like that if we have to move or something.
It also ain't peaceful, Mike. Is my point.
Yeah, where's the cool fucking guy at?
Why they acting innocent? We wasn't doing nothing. We peaceful. Calling people out their names. Get out of here.
My man, keep your hands up. Okay.
They ain't worried about them reaching for nothing. That's what's killing me right now.
Yeah. He said keep them up. Just keep them up.
They ain't patting nobody down or nothing.
Yeah, that crap.
They just doing this for routine.
We have not broke any laws. I'm covered in ice water.
Yes, man.
I'm gonna have to speed this up. This is getting on my nerves now.
Did we ask why you waited to us over right here? What time earlier? Well, we got some victims that came forward after the fact. When you guys started rolling, they came forward and said that you all made something. Well, some of you guys.
That's so laughable, man. Do you think we walked up and just did that to a random person for no reason?
How many people
He was a giant
made the call? Said that they're the victim.
Several people.
How many? Several. 2, 3, 4? Several. Nobody today.
Hold that board behind me. I'll throw your hands up. Board behind me. Keep your hands up.
Well, this was on 11/16/2024 at 2:05.
Yeah, we wouldn't have our hands right here if we weren't being fucking rock. Where's the knees, not the head?
Nothing but trouble.
Lawyer would say, what is our charge? I'll be in charge of nothing.
Now, I wonder what would the same scene look like if this was a gang member, some gang members all in the back. I think this was a U-Haul. I think that's what I seen. In the back of this vehicle, in all black, with face mask on. You think they would be sitting there with mask on and still sitting there not checked or anything for weapons? This is a joke, actually.
And we're trying to be fucking right now, but like I looked at okay, I want to.
Look, he tired of having his hands up. And he ain't telling them to put them back up. Just a little observation here.
So you just straight, no one in here has any ID on them at all?
No, sir.
Exactly, mouthpiece. Crazy.
Only required to have ID, sir.
So you guys are
same
local?
people gathering up
We're not
holiday days. Same people behind
you guys local? You from out of state?
So to make you think they doing something. Exactly. That's all it is protocol, y'all. That's all they doing right now. Oh, well, we probably should put them over because some people said that they maced them. You knew that before they got in the vehicle. They ain't want to do nothing. Lord, all these people will be on the ground. This is just crazy to me. How convenient no one has ID. They should all go to jail for not having ID. Grown ass men without ID. Riding around menacing. That's what the hell they doing. A menace to damn society. Terrorists is what they are. Provoking people. I am too, Street. You can just search people for weapons, violate the Fourth Amendment. He can search them for weapons. He got them detained. Why can't he search them for weapons? I'm kind of surprised that they ain't being searched. They just said that somebody said they assaulted them. That's enough to search them right there. Period. This is boring though. This is driving me nuts. I'm impatient. Hold on, let's see. Let's move this along. We already see this some BS. Now, what's next? I ain't about to sit here and watch this mess. It's getting on my nerves. What are we doing here, sir? Having a stare down? Look, ain't nobody got their hand on their head now. Look, they just look in. What? Wow. Oh, they told him to put them up again? Let's see. Put them up! Man, I ain't never seen a body cam footage so damn boring. What are we doing here, guys?
My man, come here. Step out. Step out. You step out. What? You step out, vehicle, please. Step out, or I'm going to yank you out.
Man, let's see the yanking.
Why? What did I do, man? What? No, what are you doing? I need to get my phone. Move over. Wow. Brutality.
Thank you for a little action.
Got different angles. We got our video. Got our cameras on.
Looking for reasons. Don't take your hands off your feet. I'm about to piss my pants. Ask him if you can. I'm covered in ice water.
Look.
I have ice water going on, maybe.
So that made them remember they was cops. Okay, don't take your hands off your head. They was looking for a reason. What did he do though?
Like I'm about to piss my pants in a second. Is he allowed to use the restroom, sir? Where is it? Where? Where would I go unless they put me in the backseat of the Cruiser and let me piss in a bottle?
I guess they was bored too. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Freddie.
He put his hands off his head.
Mike, get
You
talking a little bit too.
We're not allowed to move our fucking hands.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. We haven't been told. You get out, you're gonna get dragged out.
That I'm looking at.
We're back here with our hands on our fucking head. We can't losing blood to our fucking arms.
I don't like combative people in my damn chat.
I'll put him back. He said,
Have him up, yeah.
Can I just put him right next? Okay.
Yeah, but he was your partner, your comrade was putting his hands down between his. So we don't know.
Dropped his dick between his legs.
Yeah, but I don't.
It's not worth it. Not worth it.
What did I do wrong?
Welcome to the block party.
Yeah,
that's the only.
That's why I want to talk to you. We don't have anything else to do for us. Nope. You guys got up, tried to take the flag. They got up to him, kept saying, bow down, and we're. We got the same things that we won't tell you something else. But we got a hold of one of the witnesses that just happened to be driving by. He said they kind of trapped two black gentlemen, like they sit on the table or sitting somewhere. Walked up to him, kept saying, bow down, inwards, bow down, inward. Kept doing that. This you guys got up, tried to take the flag. They got missed. So as of right now, of course, we got the driver's info, prosecutor's headline, unless that's why.
Bow down inward, but this is so peaceful. They ain't did nothing wrong.
I want to talk to you. We don't have anything else to do for us.
Nope. Okay. And some of the clothes they got mace on, so they got mace too. So
They said the driver has boots on, right?
yeah.
Is that the only information?
This guy got pulled for having a knife and reaching.
Yeah, he kept reaching between his leg. You know, I told him to keep your hands on you, and he kept reaching down and moving between his leg and so forth.
Okay. Usually the only other one, essentially, would be good enough to fail to fly? No. All right. Then we'll get him out. We'll get the knife back in there. Whoever got the
knife,
info just knock out a third one. And we'll go from there. So, okay.
Driver's
get away
got a valid
safely.
license, so he's Louisiana.
Okay. Yeah. I appreciate it. Yep. Yeah, you just want to wait to get him out, get the guy out, get him out there. Yeah.
So back here, you're going to have his 33-year back or wait till he's done?
Yeah, just wait to get the back.
Okay.
Yeah. So, is it all the driver there?
I got the driver's information.
Okay.
He's got a valid license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, we were doing our due diligence, so we spoke to people who a witness that was independent of y'all and them. Just kind of saw the whole thing, and it was pretty much how you guys said it. You guys were doing your free speech stuff, and someone approached you and to try grabbing your flag. That's when it up. So.
You guys watch the video tomorrow. And then multiple of them jumped in on our guys.
Now I got to take this off my head.
Oh, so they're innocent.
Put your hands down. Yep.
You can put your hands down, you're innocent. One person said that they grabbed your flag. You was doing just what they said. They grabbed your flag, and pretty much that's what caused all the ingers and bow down and y'all coming out period and all that.
Yep.
Put your hands down, you're free to go.
Thank you.
Yep.
Talking about that, she got back her in a bottle.
Yeah. So since we have a victim, but not technically a victim because they initiated that. So
we have a victim, not a victim because they initiated it. No, actually, they initiated it by calling names, provoking people. Like they need to change the laws against stuff like this, because this, like, they give protesters a harder time than they just gave these guys. People that are out there protesting because somebody lost their life unjustly, they get a harder time than these people just got. Wow. Nice. They get, matter of fact, they get more than a hard time. They be out there firing paintballs and all kind of stuff that hurt people bad. Like eyes getting taken out from the stuff they using. Throwing smoke bombs and all that stuff at protests. Like, this is just ridiculous.
I'm trying to take the pepper spray. Oh, they accidentally got themselves, didn't they?
Oh, that's not cool. But before you guys are allowed to leave, do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can I put my hand here, sir?
Yep, you can put it
on.
Yeah,
he says you can put them down. I've got it right here. Oh, my back.
Now they got some content. Now they got some content for their YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? That was just crazy to me. So yeah, that was the outcome of that, the disruption. So they'll be back for a little bit more. Did these guys loot or light anything on fire? Not this time. They done put Trinity of White Knight flyers in the wow. Yeah, well, I mean, they're powered by law enforcement, allegedly. We just seen that. Oh, wow, BFF says. Make an example out of them. Yeah, like, yeah, make an example out of the person that was offended. Yeah, y'all, you know, y'all maced him, but he deserved it pretty much. Yeah. Over 60 Secret Service. I don't know what you talking about right now. But yeah, so what is the update? Is it an update on what's his name? The guy that everybody in the world is talking about? The sniper? What they find out new. But yeah, so that is what we reporting here for the day. This is the second live stream. If y'all did not catch me live the first time. Oh, and I just happened to look. There's a gift right there. My gifts are activated. So that's a way that you can donate like 1 cent. So that's just an option. If you hit that little gift, it'll walk you through that. And this is my first time noticing it on my channel. Thank y'all too for the 49 thumbs up. And shout out to everybody the new subscribers. Shout out to all my moderators and members. And that's evil to do. She a troll. Yeah, get rid of the troll. Whiteness is a funny term. We don't like trolls over here. You know, well, if they not disrespectful. But, you know, you come in here telling me what I don't know and all of that nonsense. Like, nah, I don't want to argue with people in the chat. I'm just here to spread awareness and like learn stuff as I'm learning too. You know, all of this stuff with the insurance. As a matter of fact, that's what I was saying. I did a live stream earlier. So if y'all didn't see that, please check that out. And if you didn't get a chance to smack that thumbs up, please make sure you do that. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here for the rest of the day. And I will see y'all in the next video. After this one and another one is going to pop up. Please hit the notifications on that. All notifications. So you'll know when I go live on that. And I think it is scheduled for tomorrow. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you put them hours in today. So this is what, 4.5, 5? All right, y'all, we out. Shout out to BFF and shout out to Mouthpiece for calling in. Shout out to Street for calling in earlier. And also shout out to LA for calling in. That's his name. Shout out to you. Shout out to the Sleuth Nation and Team Viral, the winning team. Shout out to y'all. Drop some good members emojis and fire and horns, y'all. Peace and love, y'all. We out.